Okay, so we'll start with our spiked-based equipment here. So it's just tent stake, uh, 1.25 inch square tube aluminum, switch, 18650 battery. Now we've got taser components in here because they're cheap and you can buy them already assembled like this. So like if say you're for a taser manufacturer, you could buy 1,000 of these and then kind of put the casings together, whatever else around them. So what you've got is a KVA transformer, an arc gap, and then the wiring necessary to bring it out. Now, normally that would go to 2 prongs that you'd stick into somebody and juice them up. The voltage would have been brought way up by the KVA transformer. But instead, we're going to send that to an emitter. So it's a powerful magnet, powerful normal magnet, and then magnetic wire coiled around in a specific way. This is a mock-up more than anything else. It would function, but it's not optimized. But what we're looking for is a directional EMP. You just kind of point it at the sky. It gives you a little umbrella. It's not much range on this, but 50 to 100 feet for causing major interference, and then a couple 100 feet of sporadic static and video feed interrupted, interrupts on the firmware taking effect because certain subsystems aren't responding on this quadcopter or whatever like that. It's just to buy you a little time. So it'd be, you hear it coming in, that kind of thing. You look up, it's, 50 yards away, in the linear, to the north or whatever like that. You stick this in the ground, you turn the switch on, and then you run away, or you hold in position under the umbrella, depending on how the drone reacts. Now, this might not necessarily take the drone out. It might only slow it down slightly. It might not have a whole lot of effect. But what it does is it allows you to, number one, interrupt that video feed and give you some time for evasion, that kind of thing. And then you can carry it on you. You can keep it charged, by plugging it into your a laptop or any USB port or whatever like that. And you've got a little something with you. Same way you don't use your, most soldiers don't rarely use their bayonet or rarely use their entrenching tool, but it has a cutting edge and trained to. You rarely do melee like that, but you still have all the tools for it. Similar to skyward facing, countermeasure, directed energy, less than kinetic weapon, basically. Now, moving on to more like dazzlers. So with this, we're looking to interrupt the video feed, like I said, and then also cause concern, say, for remote operators, anything like that. But we like to combine this. So, depending, whether it's IR LEDs, in various wavelengths, from the IR illuminators, stuff that's visible, stuff that's not visible, ultraviolet, just normal high intensity visible light, various ends of the of that portion of the spectrum, strobing, and in matrix, not necessarily trying to blind anything, but just trying to make it adjust rapidly to where it, like I said, gives you some time. Another option what we're looking at is so sonic emitters with very unpalatable harmonics and stuff like that, like things that will confuse certain other subsystems, whether that's sound based, sonar based stuff, or that kind of thing. Not necessarily that it would interrupt the tracking of the individual, but it might mess with the guidance system. You might interrupt the magnetometer. You might shake things loose. You might also, it's flashing, it's strobing, the same type of thing, different spectrum light. So it's just creating confusion and then giving you pull the pin. It's not going to explode. It's just going to start being very unpleasant, and then you drop it and run away. You might combine some of these together, and that's kind of what we're going for with the automated dispenser. So similar, you've got the same type of canisters here, and then it would be kind of a grab bag of countermeasures. We'd have detection running here. So what we're looking at is short range Doppler, and then also loud sound, soft sound, detection, in array. And then with the, With the detection, we also look to embed certain components so that this detection apparatus immediately we can leverage what's going on here, and it's already connected, everything like that, and it's got these things into jamming. So what would happen here is these would spit out when the situation warranted. These would spit out 3 in total on this particular model, which is still under construction and still in prototype, but you kind of get the idea for it. And then also some jamming and stuff like that. It's be a little bit more advanced, but this would be wearable, and it's still very, very low cost. We're talking, sub $200, something like that, and moving towards making it more robust and wearable. And then you see, it's, like I said, it's similar to the size of like an iFac or something like that. Now, not necessarily everybody would want to wear this. It might not make sense for every unit, every individual, but it gives you that base layer of protection, and also that base layer of skyward facing aggression towards these low cost weapons. And you're also leveraging, these are lower cost countermeasures, counterpoints to these, so you're not breaking the bank, and you're also not frivolously spending your expensive man-pad equipment, and you're not you don't necessarily have to have quite so many specialized personnel with directed energy weapons, not carrying a rifle, that kind of thing, always looking at the sky. So kind of spread everything out, spread the counter drone out, over the wider force, and anybody could have it. So if you've got logistical personnel and they're getting targeted as well, they're parking their truck and stopping to to use the restroom or something like that, and then all of a sudden a mortar pops out of the sky. So even your rear echelon, the rear people could benefit from it, and then it doesn't cost you that much, and then you've always got that capability there as well. And then the other thing we were looking at as well is just different methods of wearable activation and ruggedizing and kind of make it foolproof. You're not going to accidentally hit the switch, that kind of thing. So this is kind of where we're at. It's kind of where we're moving to. I'm seeing some effects. I'm practicing on drone components. Whether it's disabling them, confusing them, that kind of thing. There is more research, but just kind of want you to keep it in mind. Like I said, very low cost. So if you have a lower cost NATO member, or lower, sorry, I didn't mean it like that. Lower budget as far as for their military and everything like that, you wouldn't have to sacrifice, and you wouldn't have to blow through for them would be even more precious higher end equipment. So thank you, gentlemen, appreciate your consideration, and we'll let you get back to it. You have a nice evening.